Tariffs did not create jobs. We now have 2 million people more, 2 million more on unemployment. We have Medicaid costs that are being taken away from people. There are going to be millions of people without health care. These times call for fighting fire with fire. We didn't ask for this fight. Now they're desperate. It's like, okay, let's look around the country. Let's demand, not ask, but demand Greg Abbott follow like a lapdog.
We have a couple clips of Democratic Governor Kathy Hochul going on Fox News to sound off on the Trump administration and JD Vance for their immigration actions, gerrymandering, and more. So if you can, leave us a like on the video. It helps us out a ton. It gets us out there for more people. And let's hop into this with some debunk and fact checking ready.
These times call for fighting fire with fire. We didn't ask for this fight. You know, I'm busy governing the state of New York, focusing on public safety and affordability. But why are we here today? Because Donald Trump looked at the polls for next year and they realized, based on their failed policies, which are hurting New Yorkers and people all across this country, the tariffs did not create jobs. We now have 2 million people more, 2 million more on unemployment. We have Medicaid costs that are being taken away from people. There are going to be millions of people without health care. The cost of everything's going up. I was in a Target yesterday. Parents are worried about back to school shop. So what they saw was, they said, wait a minute. We're going to lose power because they actually don't like our policies, even in purple and red districts, because I know what I'm talking about. I used to represent the most Republican district in Congress just a few years ago. I know how they feel. And so they know they're going to lose next year, so now they're desperate. It's like, okay, let's look around the country. Let's demand, not ask, but demand Greg Abbott follow like a lapdog.
It never ceases to amaze me how Republicans are brazenly just out in the public like, yeah, let's do this undemocratic thing or this unconstitutional thing. And then when Democrats inevitably respond like, well, okay, we'll do it too, they want to then bring them on and talk about like rules and laws as if they're not actively doing the thing themselves and Democrats are only doing it as a response. It's nutty. And for all my disagreements with Kathy Hochul, she is dead on here. Trump knows he's sunk his party's chance at retaining majorities, and he knows if he wants any chance of doing his extended plans without checks and balances, he needs to have majorities, especially in the House where they can do oversight. So he's going to cheat to get it. He's going to erode democracy to do it. Maybe just address the policy, maybe address the economy, maybe run good candidates, not the maps, you know, and you might hold on to power, but what do I know, right?
The more people you have who are counted in your state who may or may not be here legally, it helps you with congressional apportionment, not fair to the other states.
Boy, they're really stretching hard to justify this power grab, aren't they? I mean, my gosh. You know, we don't support open borders, number one. We will help ICE remove the criminals, the worst of the worst, which is what we were told was going to happen. So why is that the pizza guy working for 20 years, hard work every day to feed people in his neighborhood? Why is that the home health care aide who's being rounded up? Why is it the people who are walking into federal courthouses with a ticket that says show up here for your next appointment and they're being captured as if they're hardened criminals? Give me a break. Give me a break. Stop finding all these other excuses to do. All you want to do is keep control of power in Washington because you know it's slipping away and it's slipping away quickly.
It's because for them, the goal is just less foreigners and they're mask off about it now that they won the election. Also, this is not true in literally any state except California and Texas and a congressional level, right? And New York lost a seat after 2020. But yeah, you guys, it's gerrymandered or they're rigging it because of migrants or whatever. The reason for apportionment to be based on persons and not citizens is because all persons in an area use resources, not just citizens. That is just an inevitable fact, whether you agree with it or not. Thus, you want adequate resources to be driven to these populations that these seats are meant to represent. It's literally that simple, right? If you have enough emergency funds for 100,000 people, but 130,000 people actually are going to use them, then you do not have enough emergency resources. Lastly, didn't this lady in the first clip appeal to the law as why New York can't redistrict? Their law also protects sanctuary cities. I wonder why she isn't holding the same principle now.
The Trump policies that were promised to lift people up, reduce costs, not touch Medicaid, make sure the tariffs create jobs, none of that happened. So there's this sense of we need some change now. So my job as governor of the state of New York, I've worked with two different mayors. I'll continue with work with whomever the voters want me to, and I'll make it work. I will make it work out because I'm not going to go to war with the 8 million residents of New York that I also represent. So my job is to calm things down. Let's see what the election results are. But people have to recognize what that candidate for mayor has also touched a nerve, and we need to be responsive to that. So I'm aligned with with him that we need to start finding ways to make life more affordable for New Yorkers.
Trump has not only failed to live up to his promises, his administration is mired in controversy, conspiracy, and corruption, the 3 C's. And he seems to be landing us, trying to bloodthirsty to land us into one war or the other. But of course, Fox News doesn't want to talk about any of that. They want to talk about the socialist New York mayor. I can't believe people actually come here for information and consider them credible, especially after the lawsuit. And I think Hochul did a really good job on this interview, right? People are hungry for change. He's exactly right there. And it's funny because that hunger is exactly what led to Trump getting elected in 2024 and will now lead to his party's demise, as long as Democrats play their cards right and deliver on their promises. And Republicans know this, which is why they're scrambling to cheat in the midterms rather than to focus on their agenda and candidates.